Here.
Kill one on me.
Do you have useful effect?
They're TPing. They're all TPing. Look, on you, Hex.
On your side, on my ping.
Okay.
I tatted them. You ult?
I ulted it.
Yeah, can you
Watch left.
EMP.
1
3, 2, 1 EMP.
Okay.
Burning high, play up.
All three guys,
so much damage.
Yeah, no, peek for you. That one.
Behind me.
Wait, what? Okay.
I'm dead.
101. Literally on him.
Yeah.
All three here. They're slamming.
One gets flash. Lead on me. 151.
Look right.
Dead.
Last team.
Where?
Oh, no, that's me.
Abrasing killed.
Yeah?
Them no, abrasing.
Above us.
Swing me.
Nice. What in the ranked game, bro? What?
Type B, baby. Type B.
I'm gonna play here
fight
alone.
each other,
I'm gonna fort if I need to. I'm gonna fort back if I need to, okay?
They're over here.
Yeah, Q that.
I'm gonna try and force them to fight, okay?
I'm ulting this thing.
No. Let him burn your
Out to them.
G2.
You see them?
Yeah. They're trying to evac.
Let them do it, bro. Can the other team help?
I don't know why they're not doing anything.
These guys are trying to tunnel phase in on me, okay?
Yeah. I'm just playing with hoodie. Playing safe with hoodie.
I can just watch both, bro.
One knock.
Yeah. Wanna go?
I'm going.
Walk up to NG.
Dead.
Yeah.
Dead.
Last team.
Yeah. Good one.
Okay, PUBG up the top. This was the position that Alliance played from game 1 that allowed them to win, as you mentioned. So we would expect PUBG, maybe they don't have the firepower Alliance does, but certainly they've got the same position and they can follow the playbook. But with Forbidden and NAVI still alive, it's always that question of how do you force one of the other two teams in a three-way standoff at the end of the game into each other? And PUBG looks like they could potentially be, who's going to get pushed out by the circle first? It looks like I think it might be Forbidden. They seem to be the closest to the edge.
And not only that, Forbidden had used up their cat wall prior to this rotate, so they won't even have a cat wall to work with. So it's going to be a Hail Mary rotate for them to see if they could move up, unless they had an ultimate accelerator to work with here, and just ringing hell from above on that G7. You saw the Newcastle was trying to move up. That was unfortunate, sticking your own Newcastle shield here. But Baba G, they take care of the EMP attempt as well. And even with the zipline from Navi to take height, Forbidden get eliminated. And Navi barely taking any damage. Flip the script with our last two squads. Baba G in shambles, having to reposition themselves, but Navi can't get disoriented as they take game number 3.
Let's go, Navi. I loved that. Yeah, I love this, especially because they've got Fuse. It'd be very interesting to know if Sherbet has his the mortar flare right now, if he has the mother load, because they can lock them inside this building with all of the Fuse utility. Knuckle clusters, ult them, use as many grenades as you can. You can basically shut Atlas down as they try and push out here. Of course, they do have the Wraith. It looks like they might have found a portal out, and that's the way that Atlas survive the barrage of utility.
GG have such a good spread, though, on the southern end of this zone, trying to claim as much space as possible, give themselves some off angles if they can take them, while War and Atlas are going to be looking each other's way the entire time. And this is the moment War makes the move. They decide to go in against Atlas. It will be a 3v3 up on the roof with Gaimin Gladiators down below, trying to see what they can clean up.
Okay, the PK shots are coming out, and Atlas is first to fall. Now we see the final fight here. Gaimin Gladiators, Team War. They try and take the portal. They go back to zone, but Gaimin Gladiators, they had that one in the bag. Okay, they're getting peppered behind the rocks. I think by this point, Atlas may have used all of their grenades, and if Cybercats have managed to weather that storm, all of a sudden there is actually a chance here for Cybercats to do something. Ozis actually comes out. Is he looking for the portal? Now they're pulled right up onto them.
Ooh, and they get the crack originally at the Black Venom. They were beaming them Cybercats in a difficult position, moving up in a great way with that portal too. Wow, what a play from Cybercats. Their backs on the edge of that next zone, and Gaimin Gladiators having that fuse is going to pressure them out with these knuckle clusters, but doesn't look like he's got nades to work with.
None left in the backpack for Blast. It's just the knuckle clusters. At least those don't run out. The mother load. Oh, they've actually managed to lock them in now. A full kill onto Huckers, a knock onto Effect, and FaZe Clan in the meanwhile. They've pulled out of their building and now are starting to look at this. I guess they were hoping for more trades between GG and Alliance, but hey, they'll take a guaranteed second place.
Yeah, at this point, with Gaimin Gladiators having those 53 points, allowing FaZe to not walk up on that lonely island, Gaimin Gladiators drop down, and their priority is to get this KP to take out Alliance, and they do just that. They lose out on Light in the process, and Funk is slightly behind, having to reset. But FaZe are able to also pull up their own shield back from Zane.
Yes, it's going to be surely this is an easy fight win from FaZe Clan, but all of a sudden, Funk on the high ground with the Devo. What can he do? Not quite enough. It was a pretty easy win from FaZe Clan there. In the end, they convert from a really great spot they had sitting on the zone.
Oh, and they have ultimate accelerants once they put down that Newcastle wall. It's gonna be crucial for the next fight. They're pinging 100 Thieves that are playing right below them. This is 3 squads all stacked on top of each other, and Team Liquid Alienware are literally the start of the Christmas tree.
Yeah, it's interesting. They kind of need the ultimate accelerants, right? Because he was running, what was it? I think it was R9 3030, which means you don't have an accelerator stock available. And that means you got to get your ults back up the old-fashioned way, Vicky.
Yeah, and they also were coming in really early into that next zone too. So coming out of Breaker Wharf, they're kind of lacking in a bit of extra loot for the attachments on their weapons.
Okay, they take the Void Passage to the high ground, or at least they try to. Deeds! Oh no, he's found himself inside! He wanted to be on top! He's taken the wrong cue!
Oh my, the way that just played out, you know how he's feeling. NRG though, they take it. They're looking at the portal but with just strikes alive. NRG now put in shambles, working out for 100 Thieves to just force their way in.
Well, I guess the crazy part is, it's kind of griefed NRG, right? I don't think they were expecting just one person by themselves to pop in, and that's enough to throw a spanner in the works and potentially give this over to 100 Thieves, who seem to be looking pretty handy with Jen Burton bursting these other teams down right now. Remember, they can go back in. They've got 100. They've got Phony ready to use the Void Passage and let them go outside at the very last moment.
Well, Wattis is low though. 2 squads left. It's Team Liquid versus 100 Thieves now. Dancing around the Newcastle shield too. Yanya's just trying to poke at the same time with the P20s. Literally dancing around this sliver of cover they can work with, but they lose on these zones. Wattis is one, and Yanya meets them back in the lobbies. 100 Thieves play that patiently with his own closing behind their back, and they take game number 1.
So we'll have to see if they're going to use this portal on Ash to maybe get a different position around these squads, as TSM have moved inside the building and will hold it for as long as possible.
Yeah, just as important as the 3 catalysts that are also left within these 4 squads here. And Zainu being able to find Vax, Deeds getting taken out, leaving only 1 for Rock. Only so much you could do here as they're limited in 4th. Now the fight has commenced here between NRG and TSM. This could be the third-party invitation for Shopify to walk up, but NRG want to finish this fight quick.
This was a crazy choice by NRG to move up and take this straight to TSM inside the building, and they've done a really good job of dealing a lot of damage along the way. They lose Timmy, but Sykes and Guild are still alive. TSM eliminated, and it's all down to Shopify to clean this one up. They have a full 3, and they are bearing down with the LMG. What a solid play on behalf of Shopify Rebellion.
NRG get taken out as well as the Orchid. Is Envy neighboring Falcons though before trying to get out? Seeing that they have to now with the zone closing in, actually neighboring the building. Envy get eliminated, 0 gets out, so does Waltzy. And Hal is literally one shot, huge Kraber shot, just buy some time. But they need to do the same thing looking at 100 Thieves. Shields up here quickly for 0, he gets hit with the Sentinel shot, and now is forced to pop the shield back by the fence line.
Waltzy's not in the drone any longer. Unleashed on the Sparrow pick. Him and Hal come out to try and deal with the rest of the lobby here. 100 Thieves, Phony, and Vertals take an ill-advised fight, but they do down Waltzy, which opens things up for Sentinels to win.
Now they just walk up, and it's just a cleanup for Sentinels on the timing on another third-party endgame here for game number 3. The patience paying off for Sentinels to hold onto that cliffside.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a tough drop down there for NRG. You can see Team Orchid have been waiting for this moment. They've spread out nicely. They've got some good off angles, and Sentinels are eliminated, which will open up an opportunity for NRG to drop down with a little bit more cover. Still do have Villainous looking their way, and they're going to be really aware of that and having to decide how they want to handle it. But now they are wide open. Opens up the opportunity for Sykes to put in work with the Devo. He does get knocked. It's down to Timmy and Guild. They also need to stick this res before the timer kicks in. The ring is about to close.
You saw them desperately recalling the drone there. It was 80%, quite close to EMP. They need to get that online, and they don't want to lose their drone before it gives them the opportunity to full send one of these teams and get a free fight win.
Well, they were able to do a lot of damage over time there, even though they were in a rough spot. Move up, clear out Villainous, and own this rock, which will give them a little bit more time here. Did a good job leaving Timmy back as well for just enough time. That was a really, really solid play on behalf of NRG.
Why are they letting them heal?
I don't know, but now it's down
Team
to Orchid.
I mean, okay, sure. They get the Stinger Bolts to go in there, but okay, they finally moved in. They don't take too long. It's just as I thought. NRG were going to get the med kits off. We do see Team Orchid pushing in, but Luxford has to clutch up, and he's up against a monster. It's Timmy on the other side.
Down to the 1v1. Timmy makes a move, and his shields are healthy, and he instantly wipes out Luxford. Nothing Luxford could have done in that scenario. Timmy was ready, and he takes home match number 5. I mean, that was impressive.
Very impressive from NRG. Yeah, Big Louie gets the knock onto Skittles, but I don't think Twisted Mind are willing to push this, and therefore they will get the res. Meanwhile, Flat kind of have to take on Twisted Minds as the two teams that occupy the lower ground here. Ape Gang don't want to get out yet. Stinger Bolts have to come through. Q using the dash here just to try and survive a little bit longer, but no, now we're down to the top 3.
I was just about to say that I'm surprised Ape Gang hadn't made their move yet. Flat are now eliminated. Like you said, dynamic duo here on Envy, now down to just Skittlecakes trying to survive, but he can't do it. Twisted Minds takes him out, and this opens up the door for Ape Gang to move in. It's the final 3v3, and Ape Gang are able to capitalize on Twisted Minds' already existing damage. They will close out match number 5.
Oh, Shopify, obviously, they've been looking for this spot forever. TSM have kept them out, but it's meant that TSM don't really walk away with that many kills. Meanwhile, they're just hoping that the other teams lock eyes and stare into them lovingly, because that's the only way that Hal is going to be able to get some reses here. A bat might be the most he can hope for, and Shopify start to move in like the sharks they are.
Oh, if he had gotten that headshot, being able to go through that space would have been a lot easier, but Shopify, they capitalize and eliminate Falcons and take on game number 6 as your winners.
Big finish from Shopify. Not quite big enough to overtake NRG, who almost cracked the hundo barrier, by the way.